Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Monday Morning Kickstart. I hope you guys all had a fantastic weekend, and let's get this week off to a flying start. So first off, the news of the week. New timetable. God, it's February already. New timetable will be out later today. Just need to confirm a couple of things with Mary, and then it will be out for you this afternoon. So just double check in the Telegram group. I will email it out to you guys as well so that you have it. But just double check the dates on that. The speaking sessions will be at the same times as always, as usual, but we always add every single month some bonus extra classes. Okay, so check the February timetable for those bonus sessions. But your 3 speaking sessions this evening at 4, 5:15 and 6:30 as usual. Okay, also everything as usual, you're just looking for those bonus sessions. For example, we will be having, in the next few weeks, our book club meetup for any of you guys who read Atomic Habits, our January kind of motivational book for book club. If any of you guys read Atomic Habits and you want to meet up and have a chat about it, discuss it, share your opinions, share what you learned, share some nice vocabulary, then you are more than welcome to join us. And of course, now that we've finished Atomic Habits, we will be reading a new book for February, which we will discuss in the middle of March, giving you around 6-7 weeks to read the books. So you generally only have to read about 10 pages a day, depending on the length of the book. So very, very manageable, very rewarding going to the book clubs. It helps with your reading speed. It helps with vocabulary. It helps with the reading exam. It helps with your grammar, being able to notice kind of structures when you're reading. I generally find the people that read a lot in general, who are avid readers, do better in the Cambridge Advanced exam. So make sure you join us. Book club, we usually read one kind of one fiction book a month, and then we alternate between a fiction book and a self-development book, so that we're getting a wide range of styles of reading opportunities as well. So the Atomic Habits was our self-development book. So this month we will be reading a fiction book, a fiction novel. Have a look at the timetable on Monday to find out what that fiction novel is. Okay. Second thing, I mentioned this on the Monday Morning Kickstart last Monday, but if you've been living under a rock, if you haven't heard the news, there is a new writing mentor on the platform in the writing section. So if you go to the very beginning of the writing section, there's a section that says get feedback on your writing. Okay, and if you go there, you will see the new addition to the course, which is the writing mentor that gives you unlimited feedback on your writing. So I have trained 4 months a custom GPT with thousands of pieces of writing that has been corrected by me or by Mary, combining that with the results, the real results that students got in the exam, to create as accurate as possible a writing checker for you guys to use. Now you still get, if you're a gold member, you still get your monthly feedback from either myself or Mary, your in-depth video feedback, because I think that is so important for you guys to have that human element coming into things. But I know a lot of you have been requesting the ability to get extra help with your writing, getting extra practice, okay? So this is as accurate a way as possible for you to get feedback from me, because it has been trained by me. to get that help, to get that extra support without having without me having to significantly increase the price of the course if it was video feedback from me. So this has been added to your program for free, guys. Okay, you don't need to pay anything extra for this. This is added for free. The feedback already has been extremely positive on the kind of accuracy of this new writing tool. I have trained it to be a very, very strict examiner, okay? It is designed to be a grumpy examiner who's having a bad day and is going to mark you extremely harshly because we want to make sure that we are going to absolutely smash the writing on the day of the exam. And remember, we always do a bit worse on the day of the exam than we do in our mock exams. That's why we ask you for 70% instead of 60% in reading, use of English and listening. And that's why I've trained this to be a grumpy examiner marking your writing, to make sure that if we're passing the writing on this checker, then we're definitely going to pass it on the day of the exam as well. Okay, so that is the theory behind it. Please go check it out if you haven't already. Yeah, let me know your feedback on it. Let me know how you're getting on with the new writing checker. Last bit of news, you might have noticed, in fact, I know that some of you have already joined it. I'm running a free 5-day use of English challenge this week. Now, for you guys, this free challenge, you already have access to absolutely everything in the challenge, okay? What I'm doing in the free challenge, you have access to much more in-depth training on. And of course, you have access to me to get feedback and to get help on your use of English on any parts of the exam whenever you want, okay? So if you ever see me doing things for free, you're not missing out, don't worry. You don't need to join these challenges. You can if you want, of course. You can join these if you want. But they're designed for people who are not on the course, to give them an idea or a little bit of a taste of what it would be like if they were to join the course. I think I was speaking about this with, I think it was Chiara. We were having a chat about this last week, that with kind of the internet these days, there's so many courses available and there's so many options, and some of them, quite frankly, are terrible and people charge a very large amount of money for these very, very bad courses. And it's quite natural that people can be a bit skeptical or a bit scared about joining courses because they might have been burnt in the past or they might have had bad experiences. And I think Chiara was saying to me that she was a bit scared about joining this course because, she didn't know if it was going to be any good. And then she joined and she's like, oh my God, this is so much more amazing than I thought it would be. There's so many more things included than I thought. This is amazing. Why didn't I join sooner? So that's the theory behind why I always give free sessions out, like the 5-day challenge or master classes, just to give people a little bit of a taster of what it's like to work with me, for anyone who is feeling a bit scared or a bit skeptical about working with me. So for that reason, you guys more than welcome to join these challenges. But as I said, everything within these challenges is already included in your course at a much more in-depth level. So yeah, guys, as usual, as always, if you have any questions about use of English or anything else in the course, feel free to ask in the Telegram group. You guys are already awesome at doing this. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep being awesome. Yeah, I will see you guys in the speaking sessions this week. Now, that was a lot of news. We're almost at 10 minutes finishing my news. Moving on. My little story for this week. I wanted to update you on Paul. Bull. I still keep on calling him Paul instead of Bull. My new puppy, my new German Shepherd. So I've been training him all week. I've been walking. I've never walked so many steps in my life. I've done my 10,000 steps every day this week, trying to tire out Paul, the German Shepherd, with endless energy. But what we've been trying to do this week is train him. Just get him with the basics of sit and recall. So if he's off the lead, getting him to come back to us when we call his name. So this is what we've been practicing this week. Just the basics. And now, luckily, my wife is a dog trainer by trade. So I've got some expert help there to make this process much easier. I've got my specialist with me. So what we've been doing on our big long walks is just taking kind of like about 10 minutes during every walk and just practicing doing that sit, practicing doing that recall. And then like a few hours later when we get home, about 10 minutes again, doing that sit, doing that recall, with endless cutting up little hot dog sausages, you know, those cheap ones that you can buy in the supermarkets. Paul absolutely loves those. So we've been going through millions of these little hot dog sausages. I don't know what the supermarket lady thinks of me when she's scanning the items at the till and I've got like 50 packets of cheap hot dog sausages. She must think I'm really unhealthy. Anyway, so we've been practicing step by step, little and often throughout the day, getting that consistency for Paul. And it's something that, of course, here's my link. Guess what I'm going to say? It is something that we can apply to our English lessons as well. No? And it's something I say all the time. Step by step, little and often, consistency is key. Could you imagine if I, instead of doing that 10-minute sit sessions with Paul, I sat for 3 hours on a Monday just making him sit over and over and over? He would lose focus after about 10 minutes, and that extra kind of 2 hours of practice would be absolutely useless because he wouldn't be focusing or paying attention. I would be getting frustrated, and it would be pretty much a big waste of time. And then I would do nothing. If I did nothing until the next Monday, he would totally forget everything we'd learned in between then. But doing these short, sharp little 10-minute sessions regularly throughout the day and every single day means that he is learning really quickly. Also, he's a German Shepherd, so we're lucky in that respect. So he's learning really, really quickly. But it's that consistency, that little and often, that practice that is really making the difference. And for you guys, for vocabulary learning, this is key. Okay, Quizlet sets, little and often throughout the day, throughout the week, is going to be so much more valuable and useful for you than sitting for an hour on a Sunday with a big list of phrasal verbs. You will not remember them. Okay, little and often. And of course, that repetition. I don't know how many times this week I have said sit in different voices. Paul, sit. And it's the same for you guys with vocabulary. Remember, if you want to activate language, you need to hear it or read it or see it about 10 times before you remember it passively. And then you need to use it about the same, about 10 times before you are able to use it actively. Okay, that's why we have so many speaking sessions throughout the week, so that you can activate that language. Okay, if you just come to one speaking session a week, that only gives you one opportunity to activate that language. Okay, I'm not saying you need to come to 10 sessions a week, but try and come to more than one session. Try and come to 2 or 3 sessions a week, so you get that opportunity of having that repetition. If you can't come to all the sessions, and I don't expect you to come to all the sessions all the time, but you've got an amazing community there, guys. Use that as well. Meet up on the coffee mornings on the Saturdays, or on the study halls on the Thursdays, or arrange your own sessions. I know quite a few of you do that regularly, and it's really, really useful for getting that extra repetitions in, that extra practice. So guys, take advantage of the community. Arrange things with your study buddies. Get those repetitions in. The more repetitions you get in, the better you're going to get at speaking, at fluency and vocabulary. Okay. Second thing with Paul is we're getting the basics down first. We're getting the sit and we're getting the recall. I am not making him do fancy twirls and tricks, which we do with Sunny, our other dog, because we've been training him. Sunny's 4 now. So Ellie's been training him for nearly 4 years. So he can do loads of incredible tricks and twirls and through the legs and all these things. But, you know, you need to learn to walk before you can run. Okay, we're not going to run a marathon if we can't run 5 kilometers. And again, we have to think the same way with our English. We need to be patient with our learning. Okay, you want to get your foundations right first before you start leaping into more complex things. Okay, there's no point doing 5 practice tests of use of English or 50 practice tests of use of English if you haven't learned the technique first to show you what to do. Then again, it's kind of just wasting your time. Like if I tried to spend 2 hours teaching Paul how to do twirly tricks and things when he hadn't mastered sit, I'd be wasting my time and he would get annoyed and frustrated and confused. Okay, so same with you guys. Start with step 1 and then go to step 2, step 3. Okay, don't skip steps or we get frustrated, confused, annoyed. Okay, so it's very, very common. So make sure you kind of think about Paul and his basics first. Yeah. So we know this, but what Ellie sees a lot working with other people. So a lot of people come and ask her or her colleague they come and inquire about lessons for their dogs. That, you know, the dog is barking too much at home or destroying everything or peeing everywhere, pulling on the lead, biting, being aggressive to other dogs, all these kind of problems. And they come, they ask for help. And so Ellie kind of explains, you know, you're going to have to train that dog little and often, every day. They usually have training sessions kind of 3 times a week to kind of practice those basics, and then homework for kind of the specific situation of each dog, depending on what their issue is, to deal with that in the home as well. And most of the time, I wouldn't even say some of the time, most of the time, the people kind of look at that amount of work that they have to do and they're, oh God, that's an awful lot. I thought, you know, I thought you would just take the dog for a few hours and you would train it. And then you'd give it back to me and it would be fixed. Or that you would take the dog for a month, train it, give it back to me and it would be fixed. But the thing is with that, it's kind of like skipping steps. So like, I don't know if you know with dogs, so you always have an alpha in the family with dogs, no? So Ellie is definitely the alpha in our family with the dogs. I'm number 2. I'm the beta. But if Ellie took that dog and trained the dog herself, then the dog would see Ellie as the alpha, and the dog would respond to Ellie and there wouldn't be any problems. However, if she did that and then gave the dog back to the owners, then none of the problems would be solved, because the dog wouldn't see the owners as the alpha, it would see Ellie as the alpha. And the owners wouldn't know how to control the dog or to be the alpha. So within a matter of days, the same situations would appear again, because the people wouldn't know how to control the dog. And again, this is something I can relate back to with learning in general, not just English, but in general. We have to do the hard work, and we have to do the learning in order to get the result that we want. So people often like to kind of take the shortcut, take the easy way, skip things, skip steps, to get the result. But learning a language, it is hard work, and it does need that consistency, and it does need, all those steps to be followed in order to get the result. It's not feasible to come 2 weeks before your exam and expect to be able to learn everything that you need, as you guys know. But you would be surprised how many people reach out on Instagram to me saying, I want to join the course. That's great. When's your exam? Next week. And there's absolutely nothing I can do to help them. And it's often like, but can you not give me a few one-to-one lessons and that would be enough? It's like, as you guys know, no, it doesn't work like that. And it's the same problem Ellie sees all the time with people with dogs is they try to kind of hand over the task to her. But you guys have not done that. And that's why I'm really, really proud of you guys, because you've committed to your 6 months, to putting in that work and that effort and that consistency to achieve your goal. My point with this is not many people do that, okay? Not many people do what you are doing. And that's why the Cambridge Advanced Exam, that certificate, is one of the most prestigious English certificates in the world, because it's bloody difficult. It takes time. It has to it shows a certain work ethic of the person to get that, because you have to work damn hard to get that. But once you do get that, then that is an absolutely amazing achievement. And that's why that certificate lasts for life, to show that achievement. That is not just learning a language. There's a huge amount of other skills that are involved in getting that. If I see a Cambridge Advanced certificate on a CV, then I know how much work has gone into getting that. And that says a lot more than just your level of English on that. So yeah, I want you guys just, to feel good about yourself with the work and the effort that you're putting in at the moment. And yeah, once we get that certificate, you show that off on your CV, put it up on your wall, because, you should be damn proud of it once you get that. Because it is a huge amount of work that 99% of the people can't be bothered to do. They just want to, like with Ellie in dog training, they just want to give the dog to Ellie to fix for them, okay? Rather than doing the training. So that is it for today. Hope you found that useful. Let me know in the Telegram group if there's anything in the conversations that you'd like to continue on chatting about. And guys, I will see you in the speaking sessions very, very soon.